I am Justin Onat Graham.
And I'm Nariba Shepherd. And this is Terms of Service. Suck it.
Welcome back.
We did it.
And we're back again with our friends at Avondale Bowl.
Yeah, we are.
Yes.
Please come to Avondale Bowl. It is my favorite. You do have to write down your own scorecard, but people are here to help you, or you could just make it up yourself and like live your best childhood dreams.
And just strike out.
Ah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I felt it in my soul.
Yeah, well, like I've said before, you're welcome. You're welcome. Nariba, how are you doing?
I was going to ask you that question.
Oh, well, I'm doing just fine.
Same.
Thank
TBH.
you. Yeah. Well, good afternoon.
Oh, shit, it's afternoon.
It is afternoon.
I love the second half of the day.
Yeah, this is true. So what's been going on?
Well, I had an existential crisis this week because I'm not allowed to go outside as frequently as I would like. So my roommate brought her rowing machine to the apartment, and now I do that 20 minutes a day, and it gives me endorphins.
Love that.
Yeah. How about you?
I'm well. I, am just doing the thing, as Finding Nemo would say.
Just keep swimming. Yep, there it is.
So
I knew it.
Yep,
that was not planned, y'all.
Yes, that is.
We are out here making memories.
Yes, that's where I'm at.
Not like Dory. She ain't got no memories.
Not at all. Not at all. But we're gonna circle back on that because we have more guests.
Yeah, we do.
2 new guests.
Ew.
Hello. Hi.
Hello, how you guys doing?
Very
Good.
well.
Thanks
I'm
for
very
having us.
excited
Yeah,
for
thank
this.
you.
Yes.
Same. So, would both of you introduce yourselves, please?
Age before beauty? No.
Oh, damn. I love it when
Wow, okay.
Damn.
We're starting
other
off
people
like
are coming for each other.
Well, my name's Eddie.
better known as Poppy.
Better
Yeah.
known AK as Poppy.
Yeah, Poppy.
You know,
Yep.
about me,
It's like as the streets call you, Poppy.
Poppy. That's
Everybody
it.
knows him as Poppy. He
everybody
says
knows
Ed, but no one knows his name is Ed. It's
Nobody
Poppy.
knows my name, right?
Oh,
Everyone knows
okay.
me as Poppy.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the best way to be. Keep your shit
you know,
close to the chest.
right.
It's a title that's earned, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know,
Facts.
it's been there. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fun.
Yeah.
You know, everybody comes to the store, Poppy. I'm like, what? And they're calling their real dad Poppy. I'm sorry, my bad. I'm just used to everybody calling me that.
You're like, I just go ahead and turn around and be like, oh,
Oh, so sorry.
It's
Right.
me.
I thought you had. Oh, not me.
right. So, welcome, Poppy.
Thank you for
Yes.
having us.
Yes, of
I don't
course.
have a cool nickname, though. I'm just Nick.
Yeah, he's
Hi,
just-
Nick.
That's
Nick-
it.
Nick-
That's it.
Oh, yeah.
I call
know.
him the Oso Blanco from Canada.
That's true.
Oh,
That is a real thing. I'm working on getting the tattoo to like.
I'm kind of obsessed with that.
Yes.
I mean,
But I want him with like kind of dancing a little bit, like a little like the Oso Blanco.
But
kind of
can you
dancing.
dance though?
No, God no. I'm terrible at it. But that's
It's a
why you
polar
get in a
bear.
tattoo.
Yeah.
Fair.
all right.
I respect that. And you both are gracing us with your presence from
Northwestern Cutlery.
you damn right.
Amazing. Amazing.
Man,
Yeah.
thank you guys for
Mainstay.
having us.
No,
Yeah,
for sure.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah,
I'm
thank
so
you for
glad to
joining
have us. Poppy is one of those guys that he tells a million stories. He's a historian of the West Loop and how it changed. And every morning he complains about the world is changing and all these crazy. And one time back in the day, and he has these crazy things that he says, but no one's there to record it or no one's there to hear it. And
Well,
I just think-
today's the day.
That's what I'm
Here
saying.
we are.
Yeah.
And here we are. And we're going to get into all of that. But before we do,
We have to do this part.
yes, Nariba.
I need to know your birthdays.
You're first?
You don't have to tell me the year.
Oh.
No,
you can
10,
keep that.
6, 67.
Okay. All right. Okay. We got some Libroskis
Right.
in the house. And
Always keeping it balanced.
yes.
You know,
I mean, it is a balance, but it's a chaotic balance.
it's perfect. That's what you want. That's what you want in life. Chaotic balance. You don't want. If not, it's boring. Life will be boring. You have a
Fair.
little chaos there. You know, it doesn't keep you on your toes. Then
That is what a Libra would say, though, because they're
I
here
guess I'm
for
a
the
Libra.
chaos. Here for the chaos.
Yeah. So,
All right.
wait, it's Leo's.
I don't fuck
Okay,
with-
no.
Wait, let me. Nick, when is your birthday before I go on a tangent?
Well, this is going to be so much worse because no one says anything good about cancers, but 0628.
that's what I got to sit next to.
Yeah?
I love
gonna get hate
a
speech right
cancer.
now.
No, you're not.
Oh my God.
People love
Cancers? Okay, so Cancers are near and dear to my house
wild right now.
because I've never known a crab to be ever
So annoying like this guy?
changing. Well, yeah, that's part of their charm.
Oh, my
It's
bad.
ever changing with growth. And it's just like all of the feelings are in the new shell that comes to the surface. So I enjoy cancers because one, you know that they're going to take care of you when you roll through. Two, their
Look at that,
feelings are wet. It's
What?
a wet feeling. They live in a sense of, I don't want to say tears.
I wish everyone could see the look on Poppy's face right now. It's great. It's great.
But
I have
like-
some good ones to come out with that, bro. I'm just holding back. Just go ahead, talk.
But I feel like a Cancer and a Libra are good together because Cancers need someone to keep them on their toes.
Yes.
And Libra's chaotic nature is always asking the question, what if? And then Cancers are always saying, what if you didn't? So I think
I feel
that
like you figured
makes
out
sense.
how we work together.
Oh.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's every day. That's how it is.
there you go. It's I love
It's the
to
first time
see
anyone
it.
said something nice about a Cancer, so thank you. Anytime I read like the horoscope in any sort of like magazine
You're
or
so
whatever, it's like
negative.
you're a
You're
terrible
so
person,
negative.
you do terrible
You are
things.
so negative.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it's all right. Being so negative.
That's what I hear.
Well, that could be the rising or the moon, but like that's a whole app situation
wanna
that
hear about it
we
now.
can't. We can do it after. It's gonna take some time. I gotta
no,
put.
no, no, no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have to have a lot more drinks for that.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
but no. So I'm glad you're both here today. Northwestern Cutlery is like from the beginning of my time here because my first day in Chicago. We're moving to the city from Vermont. My roommate is from New Hampshire, and we're moving in. And she's like, "I'm getting ready to close the truck in the alley," and she's like, no, like we're going in and out, it's fine. Someone steals my entire knife roll. So my first trip in Chicago was to Northwestern Cutlery
What a
to
great
re-up
experience to get to
all
Chicago.
my
Welcome to Chicago.
it's like the Chicago handshake
Yeah.
that no one
Welcome
wants to talk
Chicago.
about.
Yeah.
You know?
I will say that I have not been physically mugged the entire time that I've been here in the city, but I
Yeah,
have
gotta
been
knock on
robbed.
wood on that,
So it's fitting.
Well, when you carry around a knife roll, who's gonna rob you? Like that seems kind of dumb.
Well, that's what I'm
She
fucking
left it on the
saying.
side.
It was like
That's
just
how she wasn't
in
carrying
there.
it. She left
Yeah,
it in the truck.
it was in the truck, and they just like took it.
Ta-da!
So,
And he went down the street and sold it for $10.
oh my god, I hope not.
Oh, he
I
did.
hope whoever
Oh, trust
robbed me
he
kept
did.
that
I
shit.
probably bought it. I don't know.
Don't play no games.
$8. I got $8, though. You want them or not?
So like here we go.
Like the full bag and everything, which makes sense. It's the easiest way to do it if you're going to lift something. But my first trip was to ye old Northwestern in the Loop.
It's amazing. I feel
I
like
lived
a
in
lot of
Rogers
people have that
Park.
story too. I had the same thing. I mean, I moved from Canada. I came down to work down here. I was working in the West Loop for a lady that works in butchery, Kari Underley, and she was the one that kind of introduced me. And like you, walking into Northwestern Cutlery, I'm like, oh man, this
Yeah.
is
It's
amazing.
amazing. Right?
Yes,
Like
That's
they got
yes.
table crumbers. What the hell?
Everything.
amazing.
That's
Sight when
okay.
you saw me, didn't you, Nick?
That was like one of the things, though. I was like, there's so much stuff here that I didn't even know was necessary for working in a restaurant. Because I, once again, moved here from Burlington, Vermont, where at
One
the
knife
time
was
they were
enough.
like,
By way of
one knife was
where,
enough.
though?
One knife and a fork
From
was
Trinidad.
enough, right?
basically, that's what it came down to.
So usually, maybe you think about this, you know, like I'm from Puerto Rico, born there, raised here since I was 6 months old.
Nice.
You know, it's the same thing when I go back home. You know, when we go back home and, you know, my grandparents already passed, but we used to go to the farm. That's what it was. There was one knife, you know, a fork and a spoon. That's it. And, you know, big pots, you know, wood fire. There was no gas. There was, you know, it's wood fire and you cooked like that. And it was great.
My sister-in-law, who's also a Libra, whose
She must be awesome.
dad is from Puerto Rico. She is awesome.
I knew it.
Margarita Beers is her government name. Margarita, Beers, is her government name.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Legendary.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
But she went back to Puerto Rico and they
McLovin,
visited.
no.
No,
It's
it's
no
not a
McLovin.
McLovin.
But it's pretty close. It's,
Yeah,
it's
it's-
good.
I mean, it's up there.
It's pretty good.
It's
It's
up
up there.
there.
She has a beverage, the Corona Rita. Just kidding. It is a real beverage, but it's not her. And her experience of it this past summer is very much like that. Like the one big pot, 2 cups, two of everything, but like there's 9 people in the fucking house. And you know, when I think about it, Trinidad for me is a lot like that when I go home.
Right.
And except my mom is a fucking hoarder. I love her to death, but she has literally everything.
Twice, I bet. She
For-
doesn't remember.
oh,
She
hell
still
yeah.
went to the store by one more.
Nope,
Yeah, I
that
couldn't
is
find
her.
it.
Yeah.
100%.
That's how it is. I love people when they come to a store like that.
But then I
Like, you know what?
Love it.
You never know.
But
You
working
just
in the
never know.
industry,
Let's
I'm the
just
opposite
grab
now. I want to have one of everything, but I want to be prepared. So like so currently I have like my chef knife, and then I have my chef knife, which is like the one that I use all the time at home, and then I have my work chef knife.
Interesting.
But I keep them all locked and fixed with the same stone that I got at Northwestern Cutlery like 4 years ago.
That's amazing. I feel like I can tell a lot about somebody about what knives they choose, so I'm curious.
Oh.
What knives do you own?
Oh my
So-
God.
Cancer in him.
That's what it
like
is.
Is this like a Harry Potter?
I
and
think
thing?
so.
This is the cancer in him.
That's what I'm saying. Well, it's just like a reverse horoscope. Show me your knives and I'll show you who you are.
Wow.
What is that?
Nick.
Bria Severin or something like that? Show me what you eat and I'll tell you what you are.
So
look, you
I
can
have
show me your
a Japanese steel.
Oink, 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 here I am.
So I have a Japanese steel 8.5-inch chef knife that is brushed, has brushed texture on it, and I got it engraved with, at the time, just my nickname, but has turned into what everyone finds me by on the internet now, Rebaru. And it is literally one of 3 knives that I didn't buy at Northwestern Cutlery. However, my favorite paring knife is... I'm just saying,
Keeping it real.
because
There's nothing wrong with
but
that.
my paring
You know,
knife,
that's why
I
there's-
did get
there's
there.
20,000 grocery stores. You know, you can't go to the same grocery store every time. Once in a while, you got to venture out and, eat some Korean food, eat some,
Yes.
you got to go eat some,
Where's the
jerk chicken.
kimchi
You gotta
at?
eat ajo con gandules. You got.
Arroz con gandules. I learned how to make that for my sister-in-law. Sometimes when I'm feeling fancy, I put Vienna sausages in it.
Well, we make it like us. We make it with the sausage, the little Vienna sausage.
Yes,
We just make the rice, the yellow rice, with that in there.
See, my stepdad is from Puerto Rico, and that's pretty much all I'm going to say about him because he's an asshole. But outside of that,
Thank you again for saying that.
yeah. But so, all of that, like pastel, like I
yeah.
just don't. Just my heart. I love it, love it, love it.
It's
love
in
it,
there.
Love it, love it, love it.
Love it too.
Amazing. So
I just hate when people just ruin the dish. Something so nice, simple, and they just,
I date a white man, I understand. Every time I make something from
Sorry,
Trinidad,
Nick,
he's
I'm
like,
talking about
but
you.
what if,
No, it's true, though.
but what
I
if
get
we
it.
like ate it like this? And I'm like, someone's tanty just rolled over in her grave, and that's it.
Putting garlic in something where it doesn't belong and you're like, seriously?
Garlic belongs
Garlic belongs in everything.
Garlic belongs in everything. I was like, no. Oh my.
garlic belongs in everything, even in my toothbrush.
yeah,
Even in my toothbrush.
Rolling
it
In the
Garlic
belongs.
fucking
Garlic goes in
recipe
everything.
yesterday, it said 2
Roasted
cloves of garlic. I was like,
garlic
4.
powder, everything goes. Garlic goes everything.
yeah.
Yes. Okay. So you can't forget
As
where
a
you
household
came
I grew
from.
up, I was just like,
If-
you keep the garlic powder
If
everywhere.
you run out of garlic in
You're
my
damn
house,
right. Fresh
Throw it over your
garlic,
shoulder.
and
Throw it over your
you
shoulder.
you
Everyone at my house, if I run
amplify
out of garlic
it
in my
with
house,
garlic
I have to go to
powder.
the store. I don't care what time it is. If she don't find no garlic, you better get your.
If your
monkey ass
corner
out there and go
store
get me some
doesn't
garlic.
have powder
You know what I
garlic
mean? That's how it
packages,
works.
it's not a real corner store. I can buy MSG at my corner store.
Oh, you got a good one then.
That's what I'm fucking
There's no adobo.
saying.
It's not a corner store.
That's what I'm saying. If there's not like, how everyone has like an aisle of fucking like chips.
Right.
There is like an entire unit that's just like packages of spices.
Spices, right?
And I'm like, this is it.
You
This
saw
is
the
it.
Dried shrimp heads. You see all this. You know what I mean? The chilies. I mean, it's amazing.
It's
but
necessary.
yeah, you need it. You need it. You gotta spice it up.
For sure. Absolutely.
Cheers.
I love a beverage with a fucking flower in it. Don't worry, yours are coming next.
Yes.
Oh, we get awesome drinks. too?
Everyone
Oh,
gets
we got
it.
some drinks. Awesome.
Yes, of
Mr.
course,
Awesome.
of course. And
Whoa,
so,
this looks,
Cheers.
some.
I should take a picture of
Cheers.
this before I drink it.
Oh, that's already
yeah.
happening.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Yep, nope,
I don't want to take nobody's
got
job
it.
here. I'm just here visiting, guys.
It's
Sorry.
fine. No, you're fine.
Cheers.
Yes, cheers.
Cheers.
And shout out to our friends at Ritual Beverage for this lovely concoction here with their
amazing.
gin alternative.
Ooh,
So
amazing.
spirit free,
Spirit free.
no booze.
you know when a drink is too good for you? That's like that.
Oh, my God. I'm in heaven.
It's
good. It's so
balanced.
good.
she light. She
Being in
crisp.
heaven. If
Yeah,
heaven I
with
die,
some
see, this
Earl
is what
Grey
you want when you're
syrup.
going to heaven.
Some
Or if
Earl
I'm
Grey
going to hell,
syrup
I don't know
in
where
here.
I'm going, but whatever it is,
I'm
gonna
going
have
to
a drink.
hell.
You know, I'm going to have a drink
I'm
like
too
this
gay
in my
not
hand.
to go to
you know,
hell.
it just you're like if I'm going anywhere, this is where we're gonna do it. But also, there's the Earl Grey syrup and an orange flower water.
You know, I don't say this for everything, but I am a slut for Earl Grey anything. And I say that, and I mean it. 110%.
This is so nice.
It is. So nice and refreshing. And
Yeah.
This is delightful.
I'm gonna drink the hell out of this.
Yep.
Thank God there's no alcohol in it, man. I'd be
That's
getting
what I'm saying.
tips
It's
right now.
Yeah, this is
fucking
going
great.
to be lovely. So
Thank you.
We're going to go back to the course of business.
yeah, we're gonna get into
Tangents.
it. So let's hear about Northwestern Cutlery.
How did she come
let's
to be?
hear. Let's hear
Yeah.
about Northwestern Cutlery.
This is exactly why I brought you here, Poppy.
All right. This gentleman called Henry Conora started the business. 1970, we were 2 blocks where we were at from our original location. He was 2 blocks. He started with a wheel
Okay.
out of his basement,
Yeah.
and it just kept growing. He got a little spot over there at Fulton Market where
Oh,
all the
we got pictures.
You want photos?
amazing
Old school
photos.
photos.
Yeah. This feels like a fucking movie set, y'all.
For sure. Continue, son.
So no,
Well,
go
you
ahead.
got to add a
Yeah.
picture to paint it. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard.
So
Yeah.
that happens, and then just started growing from there. Then we finally got to the location at 810 West Lake,
Mhm.
and then you got to remember at that era, it was all meat plants, butcher shops, and meat plants. There was no hotels or restaurants or nothing like that. There, it was just processing plants and slaughterhouses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or behind our store, see that little, it's like a gangway. Everything's an alley. That wasn't an alley. What it is, that was where they used to bring the cows through.
God dang.
For their death row
Oh, shit.
wow.
to get slaughtered. That's what it was. It's a channel where they used to take all the cattle and walk them through. When they used to go, the building behind us where you see public meats and you see all those condos now.
Yeah.
That used to be a big slaughterhouse.
God damn.
And then on the bottom of everything you see there and around our stores, everything's a tunnel on the bottom of us. Everything was tunnels. There were basement. Everything was really never driven through the streets. Once the trucks got there, everything was through the bottom, all these caves, and so it was kind of a whole different world.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Just because traditionally when people think of like, you know, a meat packing district or the meat packing district, it's always New York, right?
Right.
It's just like that's where people automatically go to. And
we were
it's,
like,
it's fascinating to think
Our-
of like the West Loop.
right?
Like
Ours
that.
was pretty big. It's like you see Randolph, you know where they call Haymarket, right?
No, tell me more.
Haymarket is called where that's where they used to put all the hay and they used to feed the cattle before they used to get sold. That's what it was. There was no such thing as
God
that.
damn.
You know, and then the cattle would be on that side from Randolph, Washington, you know, you go down almost to Greektown.
Yeah.
That was all for just grazing the cattle until it's time for them to get in that line.
And now it's like, I mean, it technically is the same way now, except with fucking humans trying to get into all the
Yeah.
goddamn restaurants and shit.
Google. I love when people say, "Oh, look at how beautiful a building hold." There was a freezer, dude. You guys are working in a fucking freezer. You know, this you had fucking hundreds of thousands of pounds of dead meat in there. That's all
They're
that
like,
was.
but it got Wi-Fi.
Google's
though.
haunted.
Now it does.
Yeah, it's like
Google
it got
is
Wi-Fi.
haunted.
Hey, but they're
totally.
all still cold and sad.
Oh,
Yeah.
coming for them.
Yeah, I was just like, you know what? I was just like, let them know, Poppy.
You know?
Yeah,
But it's
like,
just,
there
you know,
we go.
I don't mind transition. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
What the problem is, I think, you know, probably because I was raised in this area. I went to Wells High School. I went to John. I grew up in Bugtown in the 70s, but it wasn't the fancy things you see now. I used to run home from school. You know, it's like I used to get my
That's
ass
what I'm
kicked
saying, yeah.
every fucking, if I didn't run fast enough, dude, you get your ass whooped. You know, you got 5 guys on you. What you do? You still have to go to school. Your parents didn't say fuck you. That's not my problem.
You got to get that
Hey,
education.
start working out and start whipping ass too. That's what they tell you.
It's a different generation, y'all.
You know, that's how we were raised. You know?
You're damn
And
right.
Absolutely.
It's weird. It's, you know, and then you grew up and you went to Wells and it was the same concept. All that You know, when you couldn't go down Madison. You go down Madison, they would take your shoes. You see people running out, they would steal their shoes every time.
It's like a different country now.
Oh, it's a whole
I'm like, where do I even live anymore?
Wow.
It's you know, it's amazing. It's like, you know, all there was around there, to be honest with you, was a bunch of hookers, you know, the pimps. I knew Smiley, the pimps. I knew all the pimps, you know, the drug addicts, you know, who were the hookers. You know, I'd go throw out the garbage. These guys are getting blowjobs. I'm like, dude, get off my fucking door. Dude, I told you about that shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, I throw out the garbage every day. We're going through this shit, you know? But that's what it was at that time.
Yeah.
But it was still fun, you know?
Yeah, right.
You know, it was weird. People might say, what's the difference, you know?
Yeah. Well, this, you know, I'm not drawing very specific parallels here, but it reminds me of when I'd be sitting and talking with my dad, not my stepdad, about his background and just, you know, the way things used to be. And my dad, he's like a city cat. You know, he's just like always out in these streets. He just can't sit his ass down anywhere.
I don't sleep.
And he's just like, oh yeah, Justin, like, you know, it's just like back in the day, like, you don't even know, son. You know,
back in the day buffet. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, just like, you know, people walking around here, you know, just being like, oh yeah, this is cool. It's just like, no, like, cool was how it was, but you know, it's just like, this is
when it was blonde.
It's different. Everybody's gonna say their generation is gonna be the best.
Right.
That's all it is. When you're growing
For
up,
sure.
but ours was the best, though. I'm just saying. You know, we had the coolest cars. You know,
I was about to say,
everything. Gas was only like 89 cents.
Oh my
You bought a
God.
cigarettes for like 59 cents a box. Do that now. A drink, you get drunk with $5.
you can still do that in Burlington, Vermont,
You know,
but you
I
gotta
still do it
travel
now.
for it.
like, you just gotta go.
You just gotta know. You just gotta know where to go.
You
That's
gotta-
it. That's
gotta
what
be
it
in the
is.
know.
You got to know where to go.
So the beginning of Northwestern Cutlery was like almost like a supply and demand situation because
what
it was
it is.
located in the area.
We're butchers.
Yeah.
See, all right, we used to start at 7 o'clock in the morning. People say, well, you guys would start at 7 o'clock in the morning. Well, you got to remember, those people start at 2, 3 o'clock. Their break is at 7:30.
Yeah.
So they would come in on their break times, bring their knives and get them sharpened, get their hooks, get their boots, get their whatever they needed on their break
Smart.
time.
Drink and party and go back to work.
And
right?
then you would have a shot with them. You know, that's how it is. You know, it's just all I respect.
That service wasn't there when I came in.
Huh?
I didn't know that I could get a shot.
One of the stories
When I
that
was-
he's-
when I was
always
running
drinking.
over
Always
from-
drinking. What are you talking about?
Literally
I stopped
running-
drinking. Now I really don't drink as much. You know, I stopped a little bit. I'm getting older. You know, I'm trying to get a little healthier. I gotta, you know, kids these days.
Same.
They're always wham. So you know, I got always with the wambulance. You want a wambulance?
Yeah.
You know what, dude? Just get everything done.
Yes.
You know, but it's good. We have a good, you know, but it was good at that time.
Yeah.
You know, but still had the same. It was still difficult because these guys are fucking nuts. These guys don't give a fuck. You know, I saw these motherfuckers fight out there with their fucking knives stabbing each other.
God
You know what I'm saying?
damn.
Dude, it was fucking insane. Dude, and then they're cousins. We're like, what the fuck is going on, dude? It's like, oh, these fucking primos, this motherfucker, you think he's fucking his girl, and then, oh, shit, and it's all backwards, and they didn't give a fuck. And they're all stabbed, and the next day you see them come all patched up and working together again. You're like, what the fuck is going on? Dude, how high can you get, dude? The dope man gave you some ooh-wee if you guys are like this, you know? Ain't it? Because who would go through that? I wouldn't go back to work. I got stabbed 5 times.
Right,
You know?
just like,
You see the guy all
mean-
sewed up coming back. What doing? You know, like nothing, dude.
Yeah, it's like, here, can you
That's
show
because
me
you
my
don't
hand
have
over
enough
there?
to
Like, it was
Yeah.
nothing. Oh, my bad. Sorry. After you stabbed each other 5 times,
You gotta
and they
keep
both
it
go to the
moving.
hospital together. It was insane.
You
That's
just
how the
gotta
kids
keep it
these
moving.
days would be like, oh, my B.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oops, sorry.
I'm sorry. I
mean-
just like didn't mean it.
You know how many people have come in? Well, what it used to be, Northwestern Cutlery, people would come in and be like, "Hey, man, can I borrow a knife for a sec?"
Borrow a knife for a sec?
What do you mean borrow a knife? He's like, "No, I just need it for like 5-10 minutes. I'll bring it right back."
For what?
And you're like, "Oh, okay, this is not." This is,
I used to love when the people come in. And I used to take off. I used to wipe my fingerprints off. You used to look at the guy like, dude, what you gonna do? Nothing. What?
It's just like, then what do you need to be walking around? Like, that is such a different level.
I don't even understand what you just said.
Yeah.
I would never do that.
I would give it to him. I said, make sure it's clean when he comes back.
Dang. All right.
oh,
People
Bobby.
walking around with little pieces of history. They don't even know it. This knife once stabbed a man, but you
Maybe
can
a couple.
buy.
You don't know how
I
many.
mean, but, you know, it's just
Oh
like,
my God!
The
At
guys-
that point, it's
even the
like, do you
guys,
have
the guys,
one
you gotta
that was
remember,
used for
at that time,
crimes?
there was a lot of semi trucks and trailers and all that with the stuff. You had guys come in here. They would buy like chain cutters and all that. We used to sharpen them all and say, "What are you doing?" Why do you need 5 of those? Nothing. I know what you're doing, but you make sure if you got a deal, let me know.
Don't ask you. Damn.
Part of it just
You know?
sounds
Hey.
like a movie plot.
This is the Wild Wild West.
It was. That's what it was called.
loop. The Wild Wild West loop.
But that's what it was
Damn,
called.
you beat me
Yeah.
to
You know
it.
what? If you're growing up in our, like us, we're always, we're West Siders. That's what I am. I'm a West Sider. I've grown up in West Side. I've grown up in Humboldt Park all my life. I've grown up in the West Side.
Mhm.
And our thing is like my family, we're multicultural. We have white, black, we don't have, we never grew up with like different, never seen nothing. I don't know what the hell is going on here. So we all hanged out. So we used to go out and everybody's like, they used to tell me I was made by the milkman because everybody's dark. I'm don't white. I was like, fuck you, dude. You guys really? But it's funny, but it's good. But we all grew up and we always bonded,
Yeah.
the blocks and, like Joe and, Grand Park and Amity, we've known those, I've been there 20 years, half of my life almost. I've been around that place, working,
Yeah.
And all these people, I used to go out, go to every butcher place, go have a shot with them. Hello, how you doing? Good morning. Bullshit. Go over there. You should go ice and you get your fish.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And it was something amazing. It was a neighborhood. It was good, and everybody took take care of them. You need this in emergency, take care of you. I needed this. Here. It was nice. It was a good environment.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, and then this is what I didn't like is when the changes are fine if they would just kept it to a limit. Why would you move all your meat plants away from downtown where you centralize right there? Now you got these people scattered all around. So now you're wasting more money in gas. You're going to pay more for your product because you had it right around the corner.
But you know what it is.
And they didn't realize that. And
It's the aesthetic. It's the ye old gentrification
that's all it is.
of the West Loop. Because
Yeah, Nick.
even in the 9 years,
Yeah, Nick.
Don't look at me. I just came here.
what?
I just
Don't
showed
stutter.
up 6
Don't
years
stutter.
ago. That's
Don't
it.
stutter.
This isn't my fault.
even in the 9 years that I've lived in Chicago, I've watched the West Loop change so
In a
much.
blink of an eye.
Yeah. And
There wasn't like a transition. It was like
No.
It was like this, and boom, that's it.
it just happened.
It just
Yeah.
it took it by storm. You never saw so many cranes in one neighborhood at one time. You would go every morning. I'd go out like, where the fuck did this one came up?
Exactly.
What the fuck is this? You would see 9 cranes in one little area. What does that tell you?
It means some people about to
Yeah.
have to move.
Some?
Yep.
A lot of people.
Yeah.
You
I remember hearing about Northwestern not being down in the loop anymore, because I drove past one day and I was like, what the fuck? In my mind, that's where it should be,
It's always
always
should
and
be.
forever. And I was telling you, I haven't been to the new location since
It's
y'all have
amazing. I
moved.
can admit our new location, it's really, it's a little different. It's a little more,
Drop your location, your
dive bar
address.
that I, grow to love. But it's a beautiful place. And you know what? And it is hard. You don't want to move from there because you were there all your life. But you got to understand, you have to change and hope for the best. And you got to go where you could afford.
Yeah.
Because you could have this today, but if you can't afford your overheads and you can't afford, if COVID and all this situations happen, it's a domino effect for us too. It all affects everybody. So you got to really realize of what's going to happen tomorrow sometimes. You don't say it's looking amazing now. How many people thought then, and boom, recession came and everybody's out in the street and has shit. So that's what we were. So when we moved, that's a focus that we looked towards.
Yeah.
To say, well, if something happens, we still can have a paycheck and still have some place to stay and not go work a real job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't fear my job. It's not a job. It's a passion. I love it. I love going there. I'm there from 8 o'clock in the morning to 6 o'clock at night every day.
That's the energy that I'm trying to get.
And I've done that,
awesome.
and I worked there 6 days a week. And now I'm here.
It's like your
Thank
second
you,
home.
Nick. Listen, thank you guys for having us.
you
It's
turned
amazing.
real
I love
quick.
this,
You're like,
I love meeting new people, and I love the interaction of saying, hey, thank you. We appreciate for you guys just recognizing our story.
I appreciate the fact that y'all
I like that
exist
stuff. And it's,
because
I feel like we're accomplishing something. There's a lot of kids that come in. I know they come out of jail and all that. I have knife packs that people give me donate knives. So what I do is I save those knives. I can tell Nick and I make knife packs. And when they come in, I know that they're just coming out. I know what it is to be in the gutter. Trust me. We all been through some fucking dark fucking roads. And I was there once. So it's like, fuck you. So I save them, and then when they come in, and you could tell they're desperate need, but they want to start something, but they don't know. people say, "Oh, look at how can I get a job? How the fuck is he getting a job? He has no money to fucking buy clothes. He has no money to get to the bus. He has no money for his equipment."
Exactly.
Now, so you want to help him? Do this. So what we do is I keep packages like that, and when I see people like that, we just give it to them here, and then now it's up to you what you do with it.
That's some hot sauce that I did not know.
No, that's the stuff.
I like it.
That's what I.
It's forever.
Yeah.
I think that's what always. And I always think that's what I want our company to be like. I always want us to show that we care. But if I have to tell you fuck you, I'm gonna tell you fuck you. It's that's a simple.
Listen, sometimes even grandma said fuck you. You can't just.
You want to be a fucking asshole? Fuck you. You go someplace. I don't need
your
money.
Right.
I'm still gonna fucking survive. Been surviving it all this time. Trust me.
I love this poppy energy.
Yeah.
But I think it's and if you keep it like that,
The
I think
2022
people
energy
respect.
I'm trying to have.
We all have a mutual respect, and that's what they say. I'm gonna treat you the way you treat me when you walk in that store. That's all it is. If you want to be on your phone and be fucking, if you don't, fuck you. When you're ready, just let me know.
Yes.
And I'm not going to stand here waiting like I'm your fucking servant.
Yeah.
I got other things to do.
Exactly. Because you're working.
You know what I'm saying? You want to give, and you want to be nice to everybody. You want to give that hospitality. You want to mi casa su casa. It's like you come to my house. I'm going to treat you with respect. I want you to feel comfortable. And I think that's what Northwestern Cutlery, that's how.
For sure.
That's our foundation. That's our base. And that's what we have to be. And we can't go out of that.
I feel like you guys have the same energy as like the service industry at large, because when I go in, no one's ever like on me. You're like, oh man, blah, blah, blah. Y'all sort of just like look and see where people are like grace.
We just there with a smile because you have to do it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But there's some people that walk in and you just love them.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And you get this soul that walks in. It's just like you get this vibe and you're like, man, you just click.
And the respect and finding what people want and need and not trying to like push shit on them.
Right.
Because I remember one time I came in and I was like, oh man, I really want to get a slicer, but there were two options for it. And I was like, I'm irresponsible. I should not get one option because I don't know how to take care of it. So I was like, Japanese steel, 110%. And then I can't remember who I was working with that day. It was like a young lady, but she.
What is my daughter, Jasmine?
Oh,
Jasmine's
dang,
my daughter.
it's a whole fam.
Jessica's like my other daughter. That's Marty. Okay, there was Henry. Then Marty took over. There's his son-in-law, Karen, his wife, his daughter. And now Jessica she's the niece. She's the granddaughter of Henry, who started the business.
God damn.
My daughter's Jasmine's been there since she was in high school. She used to work on Saturdays, came in, helped do the kids for Kendall, do all the kids for, Then Jessica came in after she got out of high school. And now this is where we're at now. Marty retired. And now Jessica and Jasmine and us and Nick, and now
and Nick. My family and friend. And Nick.
Nick is like my hijo. I doubt him, and I bust his balls. And I know he gets mad at me, but I don't do it. I do it because it's the way I am, and I want him to understand that sometimes this is how it is. You want to do this, but we just can't. And it's difficult. You want to move on, but sometimes you have to. Hold those reins back a little bit because you never know, that big ass pothole can take that tire out and then you're fucked.
Right.
Fair.
Yeah.
And that's where it's where you got to stand and you got to be really try to be level headed a little bit and try to think. You always want to grow, but you got to know what steps to get to that growth.
Well, that's why I was gonna say, she was like, you should try getting, if you want to see how working with iron knives are, that you should try getting like a paring knife. And that's what I have. And I was like, oh, I know how to treat this. Like, I can do it. And then I still haven't leveled up to getting a slicer, especially now because I'm not like doing the chef thing like in a kitchen anymore. I'm working for myself at home. I will do pop-ups every now and then. If you're like, I'm a sucker for charity. If you're like, oh, it's for a charity, I'm in there.
This charity.
Are you?
Yeah, it's Puppy wants a new car. It's called. I
mean, I'm down. Shit, let's do it. You need some Trini food? I got you.
I love Trini food. It's like when we were young. That's what I'm saying. When you go on vacation, like my dad, we always went through all the Caribbean lines. So,
I was about to be like, if you know a fucking Trini spot here in the city and you haven't told me
I
already, okay, because I'm still trying to find them.
It's hard.
Hit me up.
You know, the only place, I mean, there's some good, you know, like you got some good Ethiopian food you could find.
Yes.
You know, you could find some good, you know, Pakistani food that's amazing on the van over there. There's a lot of good places, but yeah, like Trinidad food, it's, you know.
I make it at home, and sometimes I sell it to people.
That's
but
good though.
Still trying to get one of them doubles.
Oxtails, you know, the oxtails, you know, those stews from the oxtails.
Yeah.
You know, you miss stuff like that. You know, it's like, it's amazing.
yeah,
I think I'm
I'm
gonna go make some
working
when I
on
get home now.
I support that. If you want to, today Justin brought all of us some oxtail and olive, and I'm gonna take back all of us because he didn't bring any for you. But
What a loser.
How are you?
Got my hopes up.
You know,
Got 'em right back
They
down.
just run your jelly, man.
So
I feel so
I'm
good.
Just gonna go ahead and
I'm sorry.
Apologize.
I didn't want a sick
because
burn.
I didn't realize that the pot just wasn't big enough. But you
It's-
know what? We're
I'm
gonna take
excited
it
to
out,
try
and
Auntie
I'm sorry,
Annette's
I'm
cooking.
sorry,
Don't
and
you worry.
Thank you.
I'm never gonna let you forget that you called yourself Annette one day.
Whoa.
No, it was great because Justin never fucks up.
No,
Well, it's always the
Especially
first time.
his
Yeah.
name is like his name is a whole like mood, you know, and he just said it
I know.
one day.
So
I
what
know.
mood was in net? I gotta ask.
You know,
Yeah,
tired.
Tired. Oh,
Okay. Yeah.
Burnt out tired.
Yes, it's just like very, very, very tired.
I would say
But
it's
well, though.
pandemic related, probably. Damn, I just realized for the last 2 episodes we recorded, I called it the pandemic.
Yeah, I think you're coming back around to the start of it.
Usually I refer to it as a panini
Or
because
Ponderosa.
we're in a panini press
right.
at the moment. But I'm sure, like as you touched on earlier, moving was not just like part of what is going on in the West Loop, but also to assure yourself that during and after the pandemic, you still have this fucking mainstay in the Chicago industry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I just from a front of house perspective, I mean, it's just like it's Northwestern Cutlery.
Yeah.
I mean,
It is its own thing.
Yeah.
Like when people say Northwestern, I don't think about the college.
You're like, I don't
first.
think about the university.
No, I don't think about her. I'm like, oh yeah, well, like what are you gonna pick up? And people are like, an education, and I'm like, I mean, you could get that
you'll
there
pick one
too.
up there,
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you'll
It's
pick one
gonna
up
be
there.
different,
It's
but you
be
gonna
street,
learn.
but it's gonna be good. Though.
Yeah.
So okay, so I guess I want to know, like, what do you think is important for people to know about Northwestern Cutlery?
But we're just amazing. I don't know. I don't know. I don't. You know. Well, I think.
You have that little ledge you can use for your
thank you.
secondary bev.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Secondary
we're bev
Bev.
forward here. Bev
Yes,
have.
and
Well, I think that what we think that we're Northwestern Cutlery and just want people to show our hospitality, what we are. You know, we're really focused, and our drive is to make sure everybody's satisfied and happy when they come out of our store. I don't want nobody to be oversell nothing, and we want you to have what you really need instead of trying to sell you stuff that you don't.
Exactly,
And
which
wanna
I
know
respect.
and we like to see the level, you know, of the culinary you're at. I mean, if you're a starter, I'm not going to send you. Why am I going to send you a $400 knife just because it's for, you know, it's
Carbon
Japanese?
steel.
No, I'm
Sorry,
saying,
I've been
why-
thinking about that this whole time, and that's what I was like. There it is, carbon steel.
And that's the thing, and you got to know. And then I prefer people to come in and say, you know what, thank you for that
Yeah.
service, and I'd like to know. It's like that we know where to direct you and give you what's going to work best for you. Doesn't mean because it's a $500 knife, it's going to work.
Exactly.
And I sold you it's not going to make a difference if you don't
I
know how
can,
to take care
I
of
can
it.
barely work a $20 knife. So,
And it's the thing,
So
and
make
it's,
that
as long
very
as, and I
clear.
say it
So,
sometimes, you know,
yeah.
as long as you got a sharp knife
Mm-hmm. And
a
that's
sharp mind,
oh,
sharp knife is more dangerous than a
That's-
dull one. That's what they say.
that's it.
Yeah.
you
No,
are
and
not wrong.
And you're just fine. So
Fun fact: if
Salute.
you are
Salute, my
salute.
Thank you
Yes.
again.
Yes.
Second
So,
bev.
Drink.
Thank you.
Drink
Thank you,
spicy.
oh, this is
Ryan.
awesome.
So another offering from our friends at Ritual Beverage.
It's
their
amazing.
tequila alternative
Oh,
with Serrano chili, pomegranate syrup, and lime over
Awesome.
a
Spicy.
beautiful spear
Serrano.
of ice from
And
Coriander.
I love el caliente.
Yeah, this is
Oh.
got some heat to it.
It
So,
does.
this ice though,
one thing
The
that
spear
I
ice is the best. I love it.
Right.
it
I'm
makes
sorry,
everything
sexy.
fancy.
I'm
I'm
so
sorry,
sexy.
that's like my. If you don't have it, you send me a drink like this and don't have a spear. It's like It's so close, but
You're out here getting ready to call people basic bitches. This drink is basic. You didn't put a circular fucking, what is this? Quarry ice? Is this still quarry ice with the Japanese steel cut knives?
Yeah, the whole shebang. Yes. So
they're amazing. And
I
look at
fucks with
clarity,
this.
the clarity on it. It's just
You know what
perfect.
that magic trick is?
Smart water.
No, vibrations. Is that correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
What, swirling it?
It circulates, yeah.
I used to be ice carver. We used to build big like ice buildings and stuff like that at
that
Canadian Ice Carver
is
Society.
the
That's what I used to do.
most
Ice carving
Canadian
tools.
thing that you could have said.
I'm a Canadian stereotype wrapped in a Canadian stereotype. My grandfather was a log roller. I grew up in the middle of where did I get here and how did I get here? And I grew up in
I feel like this
how did
just
you get
writes
find
itself.
butt naked running around with the mooses around the
all the time, man. I fought a few.
Thank you.
oh,
Did you just
Fun
have to?
fact,
It's
I
gonna
am
happen.
terrified.
They're gonna like throw down. and
I
just-
want to be there though.
That's right.
I can't run anymore like I used to. You know,
I
my
remember
ankle
the
got
first
messed
time
up,
I
so-
saw a moose
I'll
in
ride the
real
moose,
life.
though.
Fucked me up. In my brain,
I will
they were
take care
like
of the
bigger
moose.
deer.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make it
No,
work.
yes.
they're like two horses stacked on top of each other. I was not prepared for the first time because in Burlington they used to just like wander down from the mountains.
That's awesome.
And it'd be
though.
like
I
for
think I love
5
that they're
days.
Majestic. I mean, they're just
Yeah,
awesome.
but they
They're
will
just
fuck you up though. That's
yeah,
the
Okay,
thing.
you
but
know,
it's not
they're just
majestic.
amazing. You know, you see this
When the
thing,
fucking
like,
antlers are like shedding, which I didn't know was a thing, like the skin is just falling
okay, I
off.
don't
I'm like,
know
are
that
you a
much about it.
ghost?
I just okay. Now
You can eat them though too, eh? You can
Oh,
eat.
you
and-
can.
I know about pigs,
110.
goats, you know,
Yeah.
chickens. You know, I know what they can do. I don't know about the shutting about the mooses. You know, but
Yeah.
it's interesting though.
That was very specific.
Because it happened to me. It was my life and it was scary.
Yeah, you see this
Scaly.
like, you know, either a deer or a moose walking through the woods and you see all this like fur hanging from its antlers. You're
Yeah.
like, oh shit, something
Yeah,
happened.
he just tore
Something
somebody.
really
up.
went on.
Exactly,
Yeah,
but it's
something
him.
went down.
Yeah,
It's
couldn't
just
have,
him.
Zombie-esque.
Yeah, couldn't have been me. Yeah, no, I would have been.
I've been running like a bitch. Boy.
Gone.
I've been gone.
gone.
Trees
gone.
wouldn't be. I just start body
Gone.
slamming trees. Boom,
Gone.
boom. Get out the
No,
way, bitches.
just-
I'm out of here.
just like poof in the moment.
Listen,
Like
it was a different
Yeah,
country
no,
there.
There's no. What?
no,
No questions. I'm not thinking. I'm just gone.
No,
Boom.
I
no,
remember,
I'm
like-
not taking the step forward
Yeah.
to be like, what is that?
That's so
no,
cute.
No,
That is a
no.
very
No.
specifically white person trait to go towards the danger. I have found a lot in my life that I will go in the opposite direction of it.
I run like a motherfucker.
yeah.
But sometimes
run
just
like
like I want to know what's happening over there, and that's why I date a white man, because he will always find out what's going on and come back and be like,
And
"There's
if-
some."
and-
He's
and-
like,
and-
"There's some riffraff going on outside," and I'm like, "I'm there."
You're like, I'm
here.
glad
I gotta,
that
what's
you
going
went
on
this
here?
way.
What's going on here?
I'm
I
glad
need it
that
to
you
be
went go figure that
verified
out.
for me
So, yes.
first,
I
so
just-
that I
I just
know
run.
if I can come.
I always figure,
Well-
when you date somebody, you guys make sure you could run faster than them. So if anything goes down, they got them. They don't
For
get you.
sure, I can sprint faster.
Oh,
He
that's
might
it,
be able
that's
to
it, right,
run
that's it.
like longer,
Yeah,
but I
it
can.
doesn't matter. It's,
Yeah.
You know what? He can. It's not the thing of you can run longer. It's just you got
Andrew,
who
I
takes
love
off
you.
faster. It's
Right.
because that's going to catch is the one that's behind. They're going to catch the one in front, and then once they catch it, you can stop. And, damn, I feel sorry for you, but I still loved you, right?
Right.
But I gotta
I
go.
still loved you. Loved.
Still loved you.
God,
Past
amazing.
tense. But it goes back
That's
to
a lot of blood coming out there. So what can I say?
It goes back to the
And the guy probably got a
idea-
knife from Northwestern Cutlery.
I was about to say.
I was like,
was it the
exactly.
loader?
Thank you guys again. That's what we're here
Exactly.
for. We're here to
Full
serve.
circle.
We're here to serve the whole public.
Full circle. Yes, and just on that white note, really quickly, it reminds me of when I was younger, and it's just like doesn't matter who you are, no matter where you are, but as a black person, if people start running,
You run.
you run.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Oh my
that's-
God. Let me
That's
tell
That's how
you.
you're raised. That's what I'm saying. If you're running, people say, no, that's your nature. That's your DNA already. You know when to run.
Right.
That's when you know where you
Let
come
everybody
from.
up in here start running.
No, what?
Okay.
Wait a minute, you guys. I'm gonna find out what's going on.
Gone.
And then you hear,
Listen.
I'm sorry, I already ran. I don't even. I heard that long ago.
When I was
after
in-
everything's finished. Damn, they really stabbed you really hard.
When I was in high school, we used to walk like 2 or 3 blocks away to go to the park sometimes when we had to do like our 1 mile challenge. And I had a gym teacher named Mr. Cipriano, and he was a very old and very racist Italian man.
No,
And
they really?
I know.
No, I
can't
And
believe
he
that.
was like, one day he was like, Reba, you want to see something? And I was like, what? And he pointed out one kid named Marcus, and he was like, Marcus, start running. And as soon as Marcus started running, every single black person in that class ran after him. And I was like,
Yeah, it's
And
in
that guy
the, it's in the
went-
newsletter.
he went over
You
to
know?
the bar with his
That's what you
buddies
do.
in the
Guess what I
pamphlet.
did today?
Exactly.
Yep.
I was like, there it is.
That's what it is.
See, that was
okay.
the one thing I had to learn when I moved to Chicago, because like when from Canada, I hear a gunshot and I was like, what was that? But then like all my buddies would be like, yo, run. If you hear a gunshot, why are you looking? Just run.
Dude, they're
Like,
not
just
shooting
run.
mooses here. Trust
Like,
me.
you know what I mean?
I'm just saying, dude. They're not
Why would
shooting-
you risk it?
There's no
Just
geese
run.
and they're not
Right.
shooting mooses, dude. So if you hear gunshots, you're gonna get popped in the ass if you stay there too
Yeah.
long.
It's a starting pistol. Run.
You know?
Yep.
That's-
I had to
that's-
explain that
it's
to my
true, though.
roommate, Jessie, when we moved here. Because, like I said, she's from New Hampshire. So she was like, is that a gunshot or fireworks? And goes to check 100% of the time.
Yeah,
and I'm
what?
like,
that was me. Yeah.
Don't do that.
Like that was a bad
save
idea.
yourself.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Duck,
Are you
duck.
sure it was?
Duck, just duck.
Let me find out. If, like,
It's
no, you can
okay.
find out.
I love her. She lives in Vermont again.
She's safe again. She
Yep.
hears gunshots, they're shooting a moose, so it's
I
fine.
feel like Chicago changed her though, because sometimes
scarred.
when I call and we're like
if you're not used
FaceTiming
to
and
this
stuff,
life, you get scarred. I think so
Oh,
too.
for sure.
I believe in that.
I think Chicago is preparing me for like living in Florida one day.
Wow.
Like, I
don't
feel-
think you want to go.
Listen,
I'm sorry, I have a lot of relatives that live in Florida. And
Yeah.
I fucked them.
I know, but it's like,
Dude, you guys, what the fuck is wrong with you? I know we're crazy here. We're crazy, okay, we shoot
it's a
each other.
different kind of
different
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah,
It's
but
different
what the fuck are
crazies.
you guys doing, dude? Bad son, you guys are running, eating people. What the fuck is this, dog?
Oh, I completely forgot about that. That's
That was
true.
an era.
That's true.
It was an era
Who
for
does
real.
that, dude?
Yeah.
Who does that? But I mean,
Yeah.
fuck that.
Florida.
Where was the biggest part of that? There.
They do got lots of gator though.
I love Gator. Oh, I'm not
That is
saying.
something that
I'm
I've
sorry. One of our like a real good, Frontera. One of our good chef, Brian.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he does. They do whole Gators, and his restaurant is right there in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
He's an amazing guy. He's I've known him for years. you
Okay.
know? And he's just an amazing person.
Frontier?
Yeah.
Frontier. I thought I heard Frontier. Okay.
Yeah.
Frontier. Sorry. Go
Yep.
on.
And then
Yes.
he's just a great guy, all around person, and his staff. He's always bringing his staff. When he opened another place right here in Bugtown, some Creole, Louisiana kind of.
Oh yeah. I have heard of
It's
that
like,
one.
and I love people like that. There's a lot of chefs. We have like
Carlos Gaetan comes along.
Carlos Gutierrez. That's a
sorry.
really he's a really good. And I've known
Really
him,
nice guy.
Paul.
Paul Cahan's the
Yeah.
nicest guy you've ever met in your entire life.
Yeah.
It's like these people, and I've known them for so before they're And it's
Before
like I've grown with them. It's kind
Yeah.
of like I'm
That's
like
awesome.
I'm like I'm that uncle. What's up, unc?
I thought you were Poppy.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying, but those are like my nephews. I can't be Poppy. They call me Poppy, but I'm dumb when I see them. It's like I feel like I'm. It's how we look at each other. It's like that kind of bondage, and it's so cool like that.
Yeah, what was that story about you partying with Stephanie Izzard again?
Oh, yeah, that's when she was opening up Little Goat. It was me, her, Jerry, and one of her friends. They came in and I was doing watermelon. We were doing watermelon with I think tequila or vodka. We were just getting
my
fucked
God.
up. And she comes in. I said, "Well, you want a drink?" Sure. We just stood there. Great time. We just talked and But then the thing is that a lot of people don't realize. You have responsibilities. Yes.
Yeah.
You do. And and some people say, "Oh, you're an asshole." It's not that you're an asshole. You guys can understand that you have to be structured and you have to have some discipline.
Yes.
It's not fun and games every time. Shit doesn't last because it's fun and games every time.
Right.
You have to
That
have
is the
some
truth.
kind. You have to have some kind of structure, and like us, my whole family is all military. So I was growing up like in a military house. So everything in my house was like, fucking, no, you didn't do this. Wow, this is how it's gonna go down.
I just grew up foreign, so
You
it
know?
was like choose your own fucking switch off the tree.
Yeah, it's exactly.
Live your life.
Yeah.
That's what it is, and they'll fuck you up.
Like nuns. When people are like, "Oh, going to school with nuns,"
Dude,
I was
still
like,
remember
"Yeah."
Talking about that, I had a fucking.
Yeah, that
we
I've
had-
Seen some shit.
I still
Yeah.
there's one teacher, Mr. Shagag, his name was. This motherfucker had a paddle, 2x4 paddle he made. Dude, motherfucker, you get out of pocket. But one time, me and my friend William were talking something. We're fucking around. I go like this. So he comes and he comes with the pen. He goes and he catches his ass. So he calls them both up and he goes, "Who wants to get first?" And my stupid ass friend, me. So I get over it. So he's the only one got his ass whooped. But that guy said, "Don't do it again." I looked at him and started laughing. But that guy used to whip your ass.
Damn.
You call your parents. I don't give a fuck. I don't give.
That was
you
a
wanna get out of
different
pocket?
time.
I don't give a fuck. I'm whipping your ass. You motherfuckers were straight though.
Right.
The motherfuckers wouldn't come out.
this is
Brand new.
this is awesome to listen to for a multitude of reasons, but just how like you all are like this bridge of like the past to like now, and just like the people that you've named, they are like, you know, such, you know, heavyweights in the industry, and to just hear that glimpse of, you know, just
Everyone was a kid.
person,
Everyone was a regular
and just,
human.
like, out
Yeah.
here just doing the thing. And that's where I think the media comes into play within the hospitality space, because it like catapults these individuals to like the stratosphere and be like they're untouchable. It's just like no,
they're
so
still
much,
sliding
because
into
they're buying
Northwestern
knives,
Cutlery. You
They're
damn
just
right.
you know, just exactly. That's what it is. I think it's just
and getting their watermelon jungle juice.
That's
you
it.
know, while
And
they're buying their knives.
It's a bomb, dude.
Yeah.
If I'd known that, I would have brought some.
I mean,
Next time.
okay, yeah,
It looks like it.
Yeah,
Just
you know?
saying.
You know,
Get some
because,
fucking knife sharpening demos.
Because we all have to wind down. We all, you know what? And you know, like I said, I don't care what the fuck you do. You know, if you're a hard worker, if you hustle, you hustle. You're a hard worker. You're a hard worker. I don't give a fuck if you're slanging. You fucking, you know, we're selling knives. You're cooking. I don't give a fuck if you're just a straight hustler. You work hard. You understand that concept. And you know what? We like to wind down and joke around too. We like to get fucked up and have our drinks too.
yeah.
But you know, we know that, you know, hard work takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of time. You're not here because you're just fucking always drinking and backing off and okay, that's fine. It's fine. No,
You're doing something.
you have to, and that's Northwestern Cutlery. We have to strive, and I don't give a fuck if I have to be there 20 hours a fucking day, and I have to get care of our fucking all our customers, all our processing plants, and it doesn't matter. That's our goal. Just to say, you know, we're still going to be here, and we're still going to take care of no matter what difficulties we're going through now.
Yeah.
We're going through some slumps right now. You know, we need more people. Everybody needs people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, it's hard. And it's hard right now. But we have to say, you know, fuck it. It's a storm and we're going to fucking go through it. And later on, it's going to pay off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what we strive for in Northwestern Cutlery, regardless. And you know, you do get tired, you get frustrated, we fight. You know, I fuck him, I tell him to fuck off, fuck you, you don't like it, go home. You know, I tell him
This
you
is
don't
like
like
an
it,
insight
fuck
to
you.
my morning.
Yeah,
Like this
you,
whole
go home.
hour-long conversation would have been about 10 o'clock. I would have gotten a bunch of work, and he just would have preached for about an hour and a half.
Because that's what it is, a motivation.
Let me tell you about 1983.
It's motivation, it's what that is.
Yeah,
It's called
I'm using that.
it's motivation.
It's a brand of hype, man, that I think that we've lost a little bit of support with over the years.
People, what they lose is they lose of talking shit. You know, there's something about talking shit to somebody or talking shit. You know, like me, I like to talk shit. I just like have a good time, but I'm doing it in a way. But I want you to say, you know what? I fuck with you. You don't like it? Fuck you. Go home. I don't give a fuck. I do it myself. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But you're not going nowhere. I just say that just to talk shit, but I just to get you mad and get that blood flowing again. And fuck this motherfucker. I'm fucking doing something. Show me I can do it. You know, and that's all it is.
And that's how we ended up on your podcast.
And that's how. Surprise.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming.
But it's amazing. You know what? It's a good thing.
He's a legend, a living legend.
No, it's a good thing.
For sure.
And you hear him talk about all these stories, and no one's ever heard it. And it's crazy to me.
Well, I was like, we talked about like having like, I don't want to say people who service the industry, but like, I was like, we should get like I said Northwestern at one point, but that was like in the beginning, like in the very
I
beginning.
remember.
And then Justin was like, they have reached out to us. And I was like, alrighty then, we're fucking doing this. And so like,
See, that's a good thing. See, I'm old school. See, he's that technology stuff, and it's good. It's a good bond. You know, because that's how you grow. I mean, you're stuck in your ways because that's all I do is work hard and make sure everybody's happy. No, you can expand. He knows more about, you know, not really
Justin knows about all of the like
strip clubs.
You know what? Just the one. Just the one. Yeah.
What happened to that? I mean, you know, look at him over there. When we were
when
there
I
in
moved
Fulton
here, I
Market,
didn't
they had
know.
that one that was right across the street from
Nobody knows.
Johnny's.
We weren't there.
I was there.
what
Yeah,
is
you were
it?
there.
Yeah,
You
you
were
were.
there.
Where I'm like,
Yeah,
tell
you
us
remember
more.
that?
I go in there.
Just
And the
like-
owner had a cane with a big ass sword out of it. They used to sharpen
No,
it all the time.
Oh my God.
I don't know
Insane.
about this.
Oh
Yeah,
my
it was
God.
insane.
damn.
You know where Jose think those tacos are at?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, right behind it, that corner, that used to be the strip club. In front was Hollywood Grill. That was a bomb. I mean, it was old school diner shit. You would like, fuck, you know, with $5
Wait,
you come out.
the Hollywood Grill
Grill
that's
on
still
North
there?
Avenue.
Hollywood Grill,
That-
sorry, but there was the Hollywood Grill's on Ashland.
Oh, No. Wait, no.
Wait,
No, Ashland.
Ashland,
North Avenue. I'm not talking about this one, but this one was called Hollywood. It was called
Okay.
Hollywood, but this was way back before that was open.
Oh yeah.
All right, I was
But it was an
like,
old school diner that you would go there $5. You come out of there like
I thought you were talking about the one on Chicago.
no on Ashland.
Okay.
I was like, oh, all right.
I was like, this is Wild Wild West. I'm
No,
learning
it
a
is
lot
Wild
today.
West. That's what it was. That's what it's called. It is the Wild West. Not no
God
more.
damn.
Yeah.
Now it's a tame West. You know.
Right.
You know, it's tame now.
I mean, it's still the
boring.
Midwest, which
It's
is
like,
crazy.
oh yeah, you see Ferraris, but you know, if I want to see that, I go downtown. You know, you want to see guys dumping with their 22s running down the hood. You know, that's the West Side. I mean, that's what you were. Your old school cars. I love my old school cars. That's my hobby.
Yeah.
And I have mines. I mean, that's what you grew up in. It's your life. Doesn't mean that
Okay.
you don't work hard and make people happy, but they're still going to give you they still profile you.
Right.
That's like
100.
me. I look a little pale, but when they find out I'm Puerto Rican, my name's Concepcion, they're like, what? They're looking at me like, well, you were so close. They're
like,
so close.
Yeah, they're like, well, you got to come back right now. So it's just like, run that back.
Oh, man.
I keep thinking of how much of like a cultural connection you have, just obviously in general, but specifically through Northwestern Cutlery. And I'm like high key obsessed with it. Actually,
Yeah.
I'm thinking of all of these questions.
It's amazing
that I
the
have,
people that
but,
you
like,
meet. You really don't realize it. You sit down, but you don't realize how many people walk in that you meet that are so amazing. You know, that you probably would never met in your life. You probably would never cross paths.
For sure. And I think that,
And I think that's a blessing for me. And it's,
Yeah.
it takes me to a place where I'm saying, I love this. And there's some people that you're like, oh God, they walk in, you're like, fuck.
why is this happening to me?
Exactly.
No shade, no tea, but
But
Why is it happening?
But I'd say 90% of the time you're just more amazed of those people that connect with you. They walk in and get this good connection. Like this vibe here, it just feels great. You know what I'm saying?
You.
It
that
feels
makes me
good,
happy.
and it's a good vibe. And you feel, I feel it. And you just click, and it's amazing. You meet all these people. I mean, Constantine, I met him.
goddamn.
He came with Paul. And the guy's amazing. And you look at him, you see, like you said, the hype on the media. And you meet this guy, we went out, had a drink, talk shit about this, and show me what he did with Sean, with his knives, when he, and it's like, people are down to earth. It's just, and then it's good connection, and it's nice, and you sometimes you forget that, because you're so busy, worked up, and just doing your job, that you forget, all this stuff they brought to your life, just for that little, that little.
It's the
corner store,
enrichment, yes.
Yeah.
It's a mom and pop store. That's what we are. We're always going to be a mom and pop store. So
Northwest Cutlery is like the bodega of my dreams for all of my like culinary needs. And I remember the first time I was like gonna work a host shift, and I was like, I get to like go and get an apron, and I get to do the little crumb thingy. And I walked in there and I was like,
we're sold out. Sorry.
yeah, well, yeah, you were sold out of the apron that I wanted, but that's okay. But I did get a peeler that day.
Oh, there you go.
Flexing on him.
Those fun Raycons? The speed peelers?
The speed peelers.
Those things are amazing.
I,
One of our number one sellers in the store.
do you know how many
That's a
times
joke.
I've washed them?
Everybody buys a knife. I
Like
need a peeler.
9 times.
It's always going. It's
I
funny.
cannot tell you the number of times I've washed an apron and the peeler just like came apart, and I just pop it back in. I was like, well, I'm using it again.
Yep, that's it.
You're like,
I remember someone taught me how I could sharpen them, which I didn't even know was an option.
You could. That's just dumb.
Yeah.
It is dumb. I didn't do it again
ballsy.
after the first time.
it's just-
No, I did not like
do it
it.
again. So, you're
I was
It's
like-
easy. I mean, but it's like so much easier just get a new one.
Bobby
You come
knows
the
better
store.
to do it, and then I'm stupid enough to try it, screw it up, and
I
then
just-
Poppy's like, I told you, maybe you should have
Just
done
get on
that.
the-
We just have to try it, you
No,
know?
it's fun to try. Now, what you have to? You know how much? When I started, Henry and Marty was there, and I was young, and you know how many fucking knives I fucking ruined. These butchers, you motherfucker, hey, you fucking suck, you fucking suck balls, you ruined my knife. Shut the fuck. Here's a new one. I must have gave away thousands of knives. But it was practice,
Yeah.
and then like the big wheel, it's not the same. We didn't have the belts when I started. We didn't have like the other grinders. It was only the big wheel.
Yeah.
So you had to do that. Then you had to buff it. It was a whole
A
different process.
finesse.
It was a whole man. It was just a whole different world.
Wow.
Now it's so much easier.
Danger is what it is.
No more production. You get better quality for less effort. Because now with the belts we could change from a 600 to a 120 if we want in a second.
True.
Now with the big wheel, I grind, and now you got to go buff, and you got to do this and that. Just So it's it's good for the butchers still. That's what we use it for. Just to take off a lot of metal in seconds.
This is so fascinating to me because Max and I were talking about it earlier, to where it's like there are so many things that you just overlook because it's just a tool, right? And to hear how there's this entire like ecosystem is built around like these series of tools, it's kind of like blowing my mind right now, just being like, what the, like, I never thought of it like that.
It's real.
And the subgenres that exist.
Yeah.
Chef knife people, Japanese chef knife people, and then you get weird Japanese chef people, then you get straight razor people. They're the craziest of all.
Yeah,
of them.
it's a different world.
It's like a whole different world, and you're like, wow, these people are nuts. Absolutely nuts.
No,
they spend $1,000 on what?
There's people that do that. I mean, we love to have stuff like that. And later on now, if everything started rising, that's what Nicholas is going to start doing. We're going to start getting, a little more higher end. We can't get a lot of them, but we're going to have a few specific ones for those people when they come in. At least we have them there. But we got to stay with our genre of what we are. We're a mom and pop store.
Yeah.
And we got to give, what's affordable for our client base.
Exactly.
Because most of them are just working blue collar people. Not everybody's going to have a,
We're all just line cooks running over from Blackbird to grab something in the middle of fucking service because we broke it.
That's it.
Straight up.
That's what it is.
Yep.
And you have to keep that level of quality there. If you do that, if you start doing that and you want to be a Williams Sonoma, you want to be, no, we're just us. We're just, with that
I
little
feel
hood
like
store in the
Williams
hood
Sonoma
that
is for
everyone
like
comes in and
house
feels good about it.
chefs,
Right.
not for like people who are wearing and tearing their shit through.
Well, people that
Williams
have money,
Sonoma is fancy.
there's people that they probably got trust funds. They got millions of dollars.
They want it to
guess
look
what?
nice.
Not everybody has that. This guy's working 2 jobs, and you know what?
Right.
He's probably behind on his rent because they cut his hours, but he still needs to make money. And you just got to have, that. You got to have that still that mindset in your brain.
Yeah.
When you're in a business like this, you just can't. You want to grow to certain things. But you got to still have this humbleness. You got to remember where your roots and where you stand.
Exactly.
I mean, you have to retain your integrity at the end of it.
That's exactly. That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's like they say, the only thing you have in this life as a man is your word and your balls. And if you don't have, if you're
I have them. They're on the inside.
Well, that's fine. It's good for you.
Yeah.
Thank you for letting me know.
No problem.
Yeah, you're like they're there.
I said it.
But it's still, your loyalty. You have to have that. And you try your best to keep your word, no matter what it is. To whatever customer, this could be the smallest one to your largest one. You got to treat them equally, and you got to show them that you still value their business.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. Well, and so one thing that just popped in my mind is, so again, we know that the industry landscape has changed, and since you all are such a bridge within it, there's a lot of talk about mental health, and so mental health back in the day very different than how mental health is presented now. So I'd love to hear from both of you just like your thoughts in regards to mental health and taking care of not only yourselves but your colleagues as well.
Well, we have situations like that at work. We all go. Everybody has their, we all go through our downs and ups and downs.
Yeah.
But we try to comfort one another. We're more like a family than anything. We're there more. I'm there more than when I'm at home.
Mm-hmm.
I go home and take a shower and be there 15 minutes and come back. That's basically it. So everybody, I could get, I could be down one day, and they give support. Nicholas, my daughters. I mean, it's still a big group, and we still try to eat together. If you don't, what I'm saying, and we sit down and just take a breather and let's talk and let's let this out, and we try to help each other.
It is a really tight family, which is really nice because when you have so many people working around you, you may not get to know everyone's personal life, but a smaller crowd working very connected with each other. We're really in tune with each other's lives and personal lives and stuff like that. So, I mean, half the Spider-Man toys my son has gotten has been from Poppy because he just has to buy on the little cars and stuff like that. So,
but it's a bond.
Nice.
We have to have that because it's, we're not, I think that's why I said I could never go to a real job. I couldn't work in a corporate office. I couldn't do that no more. I couldn't.
But that's the thing. You do have a real job.
No, I have a passion. I don't have a job.
That's okay. Well, that's the thing. That's what I was just talking about. Because, I love chefing. It brings me a lot of joy. However, My mental health was at its worst, at my most successful point of being in the industry. And so what I'm doing now is trying my best to bring better tools for people within the service industry to communicate with each other and their staff, and to have a less stressful environment, because like you have the fortune of working with your family, like your actual family.
That's what I'm saying. It's a blessing. It's a real,
Yeah.
you know, and sometimes you know what, if years gone by, you know, I've really never realized how blessed I really am.
Yeah.
You know,
Wow.
because, you know,
Wow.
you really
Yeah.
don't think about that. You know, I'm fortunate to have my daughter with me. I have Jessica, that she's like my daughter. I have Nick now, that we've been together, 5-6 years now. You know, and I grab him, like, you know, and it's amazing to have that, because it's hard to go someplace and have that kinda,
Exactly.
you know, like Brian, or one of our Brian Fagan, he just passed away. He worked with us. He worked there 30 years.
Wow. Sorry.
You know,
to
and
hear
it's
that.
like, he was like an uncle to me.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Uncle Marty is like, you know, he was my mentor. You know, Henry was my mentor, you know, and it's like, and we became a family, you know. They gave this, you know, it's amazing. And from there, it's grown, and we've bonded, and it's amazing how this growth got to where we are now,
Yeah.
you know. But they're, as you know, ownership and everything, still give you the hand and let you do what you want to do, and they know what you're about, you know. And they know that your integrity, and you're looking forward for that place always to succeed, no matter what the cost is.
Yeah.
That's a respectful.
So it's amazing. That's
Emotion
why
there.
I think 50 years from now, I mean 20 years from now, I think we'll still be great. You know,
Awesome.
I think that would never go away.
No.
You know, because it's already instructed, and when we work there, everybody has that same mindset. This is
Well,
to
like-
be the best of what we could do.
You all are like part of the soul of like the industry here
Yeah,
in
for
Chicago.
sure.
Like,
Right.
I mean, that's just the truth of it. You know, again, from my perspective, from front of house, it's like, I mean, I knew of y'all because of the chefs that I was, you know, working with at the
Right.
time. And then also, I didn't know that the crumbers came from y'all, because we definitely did that on the Michelin level. So, yeah. Okay, well, thank you. They were great.
It's funny because I said that because that was the first thing that I said, because I used to work in the industry before I came to Chicago. When I came to Chicago, I had to change careers. But when I walked in, I was like, they have crummers. What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought that was cool. Just small, stupid things you don't think you need. But like to me,
Yeah.
Small
it was-
joys.
But that's what
Yep.
it is. I mean, you know,
Made it so
like,
cool.
sometimes
Yeah.
we have like these little knickknacks. And the thing is that you got to remember, when we started, when we were there, like when I started, there was nothing. We didn't have no gadgets like that for a kitchen. We had everything for butchers. You had flocks, you had hard hats, you had boots, you had hooks,
Hard
saws.
hats.
You know what I'm saying?
God dang.
That's what you had. And then, you know, as time and it started changing, you know, because we always did Washburn, the schools, do Kendall. We used to do who else? I don't know. Harper.
Okay.
There was a lot of
College,
schools
yeah.
that we do.
Cordon, rest in peace.
Well, they used to, but we used to do them. You know, the French pastry school we used to do. So it's, you know what, and people always come in, and you know, the thing, like you said, like, you know, people work, they come from other places. There's chefs there, and they're always, you know, you always treat them right, and they're always coming back.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah.
Like you said, you could always buy some. It's true, but at least they always supported us, and that's what we're grateful for.
That's what I'm talking
You know, and
about.
that's what we appreciate. And we appreciate every person that comes in for that. You know,
Yeah. So I know
It's
I
happening.
just did my sigh, which means that we're wrapping up. But before we do the things that we know that we have to do, I seriously want to sit down and just like continue this conversation for fucking hours, like for real, because
Yes.
like this is awesome. And
I learned
it's
a
just-
lot about Chicago, just Chicago
Yeah.
today,
right?
Yeah.
that I didn't know about before.
Yeah, like,
No,
and
we're still
I'm
Midwesterns,
from,
you know what?
I'm
And
from here, and I just
we're
like
family
want to hear
bond.
more.
You know, this is a city was always family bond, blue collar. you know, and it was always a bond, and you know, there's always gonna be shit everywhere. You're always gonna have fucked up people, and it don't matter what it is.
Yep.
Even your own fucking race is fucked up. You know, you look at them, you want to punch those motherfuckers in the face. You know what I'm saying?
I do have those
My
feelings.
daddy, I'm gonna tell you
I
one
do.
thing that I've always been taught: never look at a person from where they come from. Look at if he's taking the same walk that you are.
That's
And
right.
if people would do that, life would be so much fucking easier.
For real. Yeah.
You know, it's just
A
simple.
little bit of empathy will go a long goddamn way.
and drinks really help a lot.
I mean, you know,
not for everybody. Again,
not for
Exactly.
everybody.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You got
Challenge by
You always
choice.
gotta say, "Dog, dude, seriously, again, dude, you promised already. It's like the 15th time, dude."
It's like chill.
Yeah, you gotta grab him, drag him, stick him in the car, and kick him out in front of his house and take off and keep going drinking.
You're just like you're done. You're like you're done.
because he's like fucking the whole night up.
Yeah, for sure. So how do we find you? Like the address, like
Oh,
give us-
71.
yeah.
We're right now our new location, 7138 West Higgins.
Okay.
So we're on Higgins and Harlem.
Okay.
We have right off the 90, the blue line right there. You get off on the blue line. It's a half a block.
Okay.
You're there.
Harlem Blue Line.
Harlem Blue Line.
And then
Okay.
the 90, Kennedy.
Okay.
You get off on Harlem. Look at what is it? A left? Yeah, left.
Left.
Left, and then right there's Higgins, and on the left, and we have parking in the rear and entrance in the rear. We have really
Right.
nice washrooms now too.
Oh,
Okay. All right. Perfect.
You know, it's not
Okay.
it's not the old dive bar no more, but you know,
You mean I can't just go to the alley
yeah, you could. Don't
Okay.
trust me. You
if I want to feel
don't know what's
young
wrong.
again?
You don't see what's wandering around there. Hey, because I'm out there, you don't see what's wandering around. It's not that.
Yeah.
Heard. I got you.
And so, Nick, on the socials, where can we find you?
Oh yeah, if Instagram, NW Cutlery,
Okay.
Facebook, connect with us. We're always posting videos. A lot of
He's amazing at that.
Thank you. But
love.
videos, and we're trying to show people and to explain to people what we do, how we do it. So a lot of the videos are stories. We're trying to put out a lot of information for people to sharpen their own knives, learn their own stuff, learn their equipment.
Hell yeah.
We can talk to you about carbon knives anytime you want. I'd love to help you.
Yes.
But just a little more
I think I'm
outreach
ready.
to
Yes.
give knowledge to people. Because again, I mean, it's something, a tool that every chef has to work with for 8 hours a day, and maybe not all of them know about it. So we do restaurant outreach too, where we go out to restaurants and give a little demo.
Goddamn.
We're doing knife sharpening classes, so you guys can
Great.
come in and take a knife sharpening class. But really just trying to preach the word of what we've been doing for the last 50 years.
Yes.
Amazing.
Aw.
Well,
I know.
I just have to take a quick moment and again thank our friends here at Avondale Bowl for hosting this extremely necessary
Thank you
conversation.
so much.
Thank you guys.
Yes,
Thank you.
Yes, and as well, a shout out to Corey Ice, which is a little bit of our secret ingredient within these beautiful garnet cocktails, which have been designed by Ryan. And then also with that, thank you again to Todd Apple of Apple Cordials for being so amazing with their delicious juices. And if you are not familiar with Apple Cordials, please feel free to visit them at applecordials.com. I am Justin Arnett Graham, and you can find me on Instagram at thisisbiko.
And it's your girl, Nariba Shepherd. You can find me on the gram at Rebaru, Rebaru. And we'll see you soon.
Peace.